It's time. The beginning of Cactus's Kilted Bees, season 2.0. So, if you watched my video a couple weeks ago, you know that last year's bees did not make it through the winter. In fact, I don't think they even made it past the fall, but here we are. And they left a lot of resources. It's going to help me get these 2 colonies this year up and running more quickly. So hopefully we'll see some honey this season. We didn't get, it's not that they didn't make honey, they made tons of honey last season, but I let them keep it all for themselves. And this year, hopefully I will get some honey from me. And so, 2 hives. And to your left, last year's hive, which I am now calling Olympic, configured in the yard, closer to the Olympic mountain range. And to the right of the screen is Cascade. And they're not configured exactly the way they're going to be. In fact, the 2 boxes that are on Olympic right now are the 2 boxes that were on it last year. I've already resituated them with everything they need for 2 colonies. So the top of those 2 boxes will actually be the bottom box over here. And yeah, we'll get rolling here in just a few minutes. I'm gonna suit up and I will set these nucleus hives, the yellow and brown box that I transported them. It's actually a 5-frame hive, and I will situate it on top of the stand where the permanent box is going to be. And I'll open up the doors and let them come out and do the orientation flights. They'll learn the terrain. They've been locked up for 4 days. They came on a truck out of a field in California last Thursday, made the long trip up I-5 sometime after that, and then this morning they just made a 30-mile trek from somewhere north of here to here. And they're grumpy. Of course they're grumpy. They want to get out, they want to do what bees do. And so they're going to get to do that here in just a few minutes. I will open up the hive's doors and let them do their thing for probably an hour. And then after that, after they're up and running, then I will come out and I will install the frames. I will move them from their nucleus hives into my hives. And by waiting a little while to do that, most of the foragers, like literally a good chunk of the colony, will be out and about and fewer bees to deal with during the move. So, and they'll have time to calm down and be happy and learn their new home. So, you know, they're several hundred miles away from where they were the last time they were out and about. So, anyways, there we go.
Are they coming out?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, they are. Oh boy, and they are a little bit. Yeah.
They're trying. They think I'm a bear.
Yeah. You tried to go up into the dark part of your
yeah.
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely getting orientated
So
here.
if you watch, they will do spiraling flights upward and even figure 8s, and they're learning the new territory.
Number 2. Here we go.
morning. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna let them do this for an hour, maybe two, and then I will get busy moving the frames into the new boxes. Okay, it's like 1 o'clock or something in the afternoon. Maybe it's later, I've lost track of time, but these bees, these girls have been free and flying around the neighborhood, pollinating and doing their thing for several hours now, so plenty of time for me to, for them to be adjusted. I'm gonna go ahead and, with using as little smoke as possible, get them transplanted into the correct boxes. And with any luck, they won't get too upset with me, but we'll see what happens. Not sure how well it shows up on camera, but they are very worked up and lively, and I'm gonna give them a little bit of time to calm down, and I'm gonna give them some food. So I got some syrup made up, two different kinds of feeders. The one I used last year will go over here on Olympic, and a different kind of feeder called a round will go on top of this one over here. They both do the same job. They give the bees a very simple syrup, sugar, water to feed on. It's got some nutrients added to it. Something called Honeybee Healthy. It's got natural oils and things in it that's good for their digestive tract, and also is an attractant to make them want to eat it. This food is only until real nectar becomes plentiful in the world, and it might be starting, but we're going to give them the chance to eat my sugar in the meantime, just in case, to make sure that they are well fed. Well-fed colonies do good things. So, see you in a few minutes when I finish this up. Okay, so I put the feeder over there on Olympic, and I forgot to turn the camera on, so we don't have footage of that. But you saw me do it last year, so nothing there that you can't learn from a past video from 1 year ago last week. This, often referred to as a Ross round. I don't think this one's actually Ross brand. It's called Apis. And the way this works, there's a little cap, little hole in the lid, what's called the inner cover. I'll remove that cap. This feeder sits right on top of that cap. The bees can come up into the center cap, crawl down and get liquid syrup, but they can climb back out and they don't drown and they don't escape. And it's just a really nice way to be able to feed them. And it's a nice way I can open it up and add feed without actually getting into the bees and releasing them or upsetting them. So that's why we like these top feeding methods. You can feed the bees without getting into the bees. You can kind of have a separate little access just for giving them food, and they don't really even know you're there. Anything that keeps them from getting upset is better for them. They are very busy, and when you interfere with their home, they do less progress because they go into a defense mode, and defense mode does not equal productivity. Just like that, half a gallon of syrup in the top, and it's not an escape route for them to come at me when I come in to top it off. Half a gallon of syrup in that one, half a gallon of syrup in the other one, and we'll monitor how fast they drink it down. Last year, my girls in a week and a half's time drank a full gallon of syrup, but they were also manufacturing comb. They were making wax, and it takes 8 pounds of syrup to produce 1 pound of wax. This time they really don't need to produce any wax, they just need to feed for carbohydrates so they can stay busy. So they'll probably drink less of it, but it's going to encourage them to work hard, and it's going to encourage that queen to lay lots of eggs, create lots of brood. The size of this colony will expand rapidly, and I'll be putting second boxes on top of these in just a week or two. And right now, between 10 and 11,000 bees per hive. So 20 to 22,000 bees here today. And we have been in a bee drought. I'm not kidding you. Cherry trees, apple trees, things have been in full blossom around here for weeks. I've counted maybe 5 honeybees total. The dandelions, with the dead nettle. Dead nettles, those little purple flowers that kind of look like a weed. Some people think they're associated with clover. When you're little kids, you pluck them out and you suck on them and they taste like honey. That's dead nettle. The bees love it, but we don't have bees until I show up with mine. This whole neighborhood, this whole community is mostly bee free, and I usually steer clear of politics on my videos. I will say this without getting too terribly political. The people who make the decisions about who can keep what animals for what reason, they don't seem to know a whole lot about honeybees. In King County, you can't be a beekeeper unless you have more than an acre of land. most people who have more than an acre of land, you just think about it. How many people do you know that keep bees or want to keep bees? Very few. It's a small percentage of us that want to keep bees. Of those people who want to keep bees, a lot of them don't have enough room to do it. So you have a very limited number of people in King County who can keep bees, and bees only have a foraging radius of 3 miles. So if you don't have a beekeeper within 3 miles, you might not have bees on your flowers and trees and crops. So then you think, well, what about the wild bees, the feral ones that are just living in nests in the trees and the woods and whatever? And it used to be that, yeah, those were the ones doing the work, but in King County, they are considered a nuisance, and as soon as they learn of them, they abate them. So the only bees that you find, for the most part, in King County belong to a beekeeper, and there aren't enough beekeepers in King County. That's why we don't see any bees in this neighborhood where I live. We see, like I said, I've seen 3, 4, maybe 5 honeybees in the last 3 weeks total. Now today, suddenly, go figure, because I just showed up with 20,000 of them, they're on everything and playing catch up. It would have been nice if I could have had them a few weeks ago, but it didn't work out that way. So anyway, if last year's bees had survived, they would have been very busy working this whole region for the last month. I wish I'd had them, wish they'd survived the winter, but here we go, we're off to a new start, and good progress to be made. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to button things up here. And that's it. Gonna get things cleaned up and let the rules do their thing. They're getting acclimated to their new homes and a new region. So, as always, be kind, be safe, be happy, be well, and welcome to a new season of beekeeping. Cactus Filter Bees, out.